We say, ow, what are good people to start podcast? So we have Ayabonga Fikile, and then we have
and we are the team of the Archer Podcast.
You have to just understand the team. First understand our it starts with. That's when we see what's the learning phase, you understand? And as a team, the entire team, everyone was understanding something about that. Okay, let's not do this. Let's do that. You understand? So I think it's very much important that was circular. We understand ourselves. You understand? Things that isn't going to come now. Understand? But they won't work out for us. You understand? So we find ourselves. We find something different, and it's working for us. Yeah, we're common and shout out to that. Shout out to that.
Thanks for putting me a good team, your podcast.
Tag team.
Yeah.
So, if we would have an intro, what could be the intro? Like, you tag team like da. Like, what would be the
intro? Hey, it's an advantage to have a stage name.
Yeah, that's true.
So now, what's the take on that? Would you go with Yaga Kogola? Even on stage, or would you prefer to have a different name to avoid such situations?
Those back up publicly, that is what something you should expect. Even in a bad day or on a good day, people that come to you. If we say, we show this guy, this guy, Clermont, S Spark, you show this guy, Lowe Express, the one who was fired. What's his name? Yeah, we saw him. He was shopping with his mother, and this is a family moment.
Yes,
but we as people, we love him. You understand? So we're gonna go to him and like, yo, bruh, can we get a picture? Yo, bruh, I love your things. You understand? So,
but
now at the moment,
we as fans, we need to separate moments as in and give privacy. I can't Yes, I'm a celebrate. Okay, you love me, you are my friends, you appreciate me, and where I am is because of your support. But just give me privacy.
I understand
with my family.
I understand that, but listen, that day I was with my brother's oldest son in local.
I mean, how do you differentiate a local artist, a national artist, or international artist?
The difference is...
What's the difference?
The difference is, for example, what can I make a difference? Black Coffee. Black Coffee is an international artist.
I mean, that
international. Black Coffee can host a show in Canada or wherever.
And it can be packed.
It can be packed, you understand? And then you get to Scotland and then to host a show in Canada. No one will come. You might say, did you wrong? You might say, did you? Understand? Not that I'm broke. I do acknowledge that. You know? What do I do? Start a business. And then we try to find, okay, business is frustrating because I need to find a mentor, I need to do sales, I need to find suppliers, I need to, you understand?
Research about this business.
You understand? So in but at the end of the day, I wouldn't say it tastes as much, you know? Because whenever you get something, it won't be enough. You understand? I think the best thing that we can have as people is freedom and time.
Freedom and time.
Because trust me, I won't. Even if you can get $1 million, if you own that $1 million, the $1 million won't be enough. You understand? So as people, we always want something, but when you get to the destination of watching that thing, you want to go somewhere else.
That's right.
You have to just understand the team. First understand our, it starts with. That's when we see what's the learning phase, you understand? And as a team, the entire team, everyone was understanding something about that. Okay, let's not do this. Let's do that. You understand? So I think it's very much important that was circular. We understand ourselves. You understand? Things that isn't going to come now. Understand? But they won't work out for us. You understand? So we find ourselves. We find something different, and it's working for us. Yeah, we're common and shout out to that.
Thanks for putting me a good team, your podcast. Because I've been wanting to be a part of a podcast, but there goes now when the conversations, we engage because they belong to go to learn. Basically, there was touch backseat, big talk, but man, the middle of the team, come on, I work as a podcast, they add since now, we artists. So
I think me and you, a perfect like team or like a tag team. Because when I think when you're a much serious person, you're much straightforward.
I'm too serious.
Yeah. And then when it comes to me, sometimes I do take a shot left. So I think me and you, we are a good team, but we just need to understand our weaknesses and his strengths and weaknesses. And then whenever I'm folding or you're folding, I know where to pull it up. And yeah, what's made tag team.
Yeah.
So if we would have an intro, what could be the intro? Like you tag team like that. Like
intro. Hey, I think that's when I say like simple that don't know a relationship so that's then I think intro is a puma part some style set kind of language to how we introduce ourselves, you know, podcast in. And that will also speak to how we introduce ourselves. This is attend actor. That's a team. That's what demand says. Yes, it is. I think it's so build like a relationship. Get to know each other better and better. And then go intro you to like start say to kind of identity to is a half.
Because like sometimes when you go to shows or whatever Rasta. Which is new. Which is new, it's a new thing. It's even much Nandi when you call us culture and we said that and Rasta, you understand?
Yeah, the lot of things like a stage name. Like, would you want the stage or would you go with your real name? Because I once heard about something, okay, there was like a story back then. I heard the story on radio. So normally radio got called because of the radio. He said, so Tembisiyete, there was Mr. Tembisiyete from Bumshaka, Tembisiyete from Gomora. So she once told the story about why a court, right? Why or why bond, and then go a court. And go journalists must pass a court just to get his stories and they are in different spots. So one again, because Tembisiyete, even on stage on TV. And then it turns out that like companies almost find we are almost and as Gabiz was called about each judge young about then we still just to call just to say about corner yan. And then comes like and then it turns out come tell me see it. Then kind of journalist goes and colors about more attention. And then after that couple she's behind bars and all that. So I was thinking, it's an advantage to when a stage name then when real.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's a take on that. Would you go with Young even on stage, or would you prefer to have a different name to avoid such situations?
Definitely, now that you have explained, it never came to my mind because it was always like, okay, like young, you understand? So it never came to mind, but it hasn't changed or anything, you understand? But now that you've explained it, you understand? I would now that you explained it. It's like I'm a brand. When I'm on stage, it's what I do. That's work, this is what I do. But there is my personal life, you understand? When I'm going to court or things like that, that is my personal life. But when I'm on stage or anything or in front of the camera, that is my job. You understand? I don't know if you get that.
So when would you separate yourself from your brand?
Yeah.
That's what you see, but you are separating you as Young from your brand. You are not a brand even at home. You brand.
You can be a brand.
Because what you do behind closed doors into something
exactly.
So how you behave will actually reflect on what people say.
Yeah.
So when would you separate yourself from your brand, Kayanga?
I would. Remember, life is big. Life is big than young. I have a lot that's coming. Like I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna have a wife. I'm gonna have a family. You understand? So just to protect her from that, even if I'm going through stuff, and they're also going through stuff. You understand? Just to protect them and protect myself. You understand? If Kuka, I'm a public figure. If something is going wrong with the public figure, it's not affecting them, but it's affecting the public figure. When I'm public, it's affecting me when I'm public. But when I'm inside it's no longer affecting me because I'm no longer public. You understand?
So what do you do in a situation where something you go to
I'm trying to
understand. What do you do? Okay, you are a brand, so about then you're just going to a mall and then you bump into people. And now we're okay, Mingazako by Kanena life insurance, money, sugar, stresses, and then you come across if there's a comment. I'm just not in the mood.
I think as a public figure, it's one of it's like one of his as a regardless as a public figure, especially if you have an impact, you understand? Especially if people love you, impact people is one of the things that you cannot run away from. You understand? You just have to shape your manners to that, even if variety, but there's gonna be people because you impact people, you understand?
Yeah.
They can be good or they can be bad, but there's gonna be people coming to you. There's this example, this guy I really follow all news on YouTube, but he's a podcaster now. He was his brother, and then one of Maps, you know
Maps, yeah.
One of Maps with this, his brother is young, I think he's 12, and then his brother, he just went to the guy and he just took a picture. Like no greeting, nothing. Just took to the guy and took a picture, you understand? Nemesis was angry at the kid because he took a picture. And then
without his permission.
Yeah, remember that the older brother is also a public figure, so he understands that. And then the bigger brother was like, okay, you can't shout at the kid. Okay, what he's doing, what the kid did is wrong. But remember, he's still young. Also, but Niemek was going through, I mentioned, Niemek was going through a lot of his personal life, you understand? So the kid gets to come and whatever that he was thinking, you understand? And the kid is not wrong, he's still young. The kid is still young. And Niemek also is not wrong, you understand? So you're going to face in this as a public figure. Yeah. So I don't want to. Okay, you in a situation, what would you do? Like you in a situation?
I think it depends on your personality. I think it depends on your personality. But obviously there will be moments when I'm I'm just not in the mood. But sometimes friends I've witnessed by friends like frustrated.
No. Like it goes back up publicly. That is what something you should expect. Even in a bad day or on a good day, people that come to you. If we say we show this guy, this guy, Clermont, S-Park, you show this guy, Lowe Express, the one who was fired. What's his name? Yeah, we saw him. He was shopping with his mother, and this is a family moment. I feel disturbed.
Yes,
but we as people, we love him. You understand? So we're gonna go to him and like, yo, bruh, can we get a picture? Yo, bruh, I love your things. You understand? So,
but
now at the moment,
we as fans, we need to separate moments as a job and give to privacy. I can't. Yes, I'm a celebrate. Okay, you love me, you are my friends, you appreciate me, and where I am is because of your support. But just give me privacy.
I understand
with
that.
My family.
I understand that, but listen, that day I was with my brother's oldest son, and I think he's 17 or 18. But he was like, oh, I know him. And then I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's him, because I'm much older than him. And then he couldn't go because, okay, now he in his teen, man, he won't go there, you understand? But some people did go to him, understand? Because like, if I don't go to you now, where can I see you again? I understand. No, I understand that it's your family time, family moment, you understand? But if I don't go to you now, where can I see you again?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
You see,
that's a tricky one.
Yeah. So in fact, you have to accept it. As a public figure, you have to accept it. People are gonna come to you, especially if you're outside. Especially if you have a good impact on people, they're gonna come to you. Hey, bruh, some are gonna come respectfully, and some are gonna come disrespectfully.
And once you give attention to one, there will be more others who full attention.
Yes.
And people will more.
But it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse to be a public figure. It's a gift and a curse because you get to impact another community. good. And then also, sometimes you don't want to be greeted by people, you don't want to get hugs from people, but you're going to get that. You see results, isn't it results in Zazu? You understand?
Yeah, and also it depends what kind of public figure are you. You are a gospel artist, then you need to practice, class-like. You need to be class-like because you are a gospel artist. If you are a piano artist, then goes on another arrogance. Not to say about I'm a piano artist, I like that, or a gospel artist.
Have you seen that? Actually, a lot of people have talked about this now. I don't think I know. They said, do you know Scott Mapoma?
I think I know him.
I
do have his song on my phone.
What they were saying is, arrogant.
Oh, I saw that.
And then people were like, there's no local.
I mean, how do you differentiate a local artist, a national artist, or international artist?
The difference is...
What's the difference?
The difference is, for example, what can I make a difference? Black Coffee. Black Coffee is an international artist.
I mean, that
international. Black Coffee can host a show in Canada or wherever.
And he can be packed.
He can be packed, you understand? And then you get to Scotland and to host a show in Canada. No one will come. You understand? So...
Yes, you're both. In Canada,
have you ever been on the billboard? What is this thing? Times Square in New York. He's never been in Times Square in New York. You understand? So this type of things.
So as a local, how do you describe a local artist? So you are an artist that is well known after Ekasi. You are in this area. Then you are a local artist. If you Delft, then you are a local artist. Then if was across the province, Western Cape Town, George, Nice, now Port West, then you are a provincial artist.
I think.
Then if it was all over South, then you are a national artist. Then if you are,
it doesn't matter if you are P, but it's where your market is. It's where your market is. It's where your audience is. You understand? It's how many audience you reach. You understand? For example, if you collect off, but you're reaching the whole South Africa, you're no longer local. Like in Kasi-wise, you're no longer. But if you still collect off, but you're reaching the whole entire world, the country, that is international. But so it doesn't matter what we sell at P, but what matters is your audience.
It's about your audience and how big is your work or your music out there.
It can be big, but the audience, international audience, they don't get it. They don't know about you. So your music is big, but your audience, they're bigger. It's about where, for example, Burna Boy, when he drops a song, definitely they're gonna play it in the US, they're gonna play it in South Africa, they're gonna play it in Spain, they're gonna play it. So it's about your audience.
So he's international.
Yes.
But if your music doesn't reach, an audience that is outside your country, then what are you? Are you a local artist?
Yeah, you're a local artist.
Local artist.
Yes, you're a local artist.
So it's not the same as the government spheres. Like we do have local government, provincial government, and the national government.
No.
So it's not like that.
It's not like that. You don't need a government, man. You don't need a government, man. Nigga, in the music industry, man. Nigga. Actually, we found how can we make this content? We find how we Easter eggs, you understand? How we more relaxed. How we more calmer, you understand? Our first episode was like, okay, you understand?
Getting to know.
Shut up.
But
Don't leave me hanging.
Oh, okay. Hey, can I come new with this thing? Hey, I'm trying to find my feet.
So Moku is just more about relaxing. And then when we get to this moment, we say, ow! What are good people just ask about guys? And we have
and we are the team of the Archer Podcast. I think he's a builder, man. He's a builder. I'm just excited, but I'm anxious about how people will receive it. Are they going to like it? Hey guys,
they're gonna like it. Trust me. You know what, Brandon? This thing happened. We were at the Free Cup Awards, and then people were asking like, "Oh, what are you?" And then I said, "I'm a podcaster." You know what? That felt good. That felt good. Like that felt like there's something that I've been searching for. Then I told when I introduced myself as a podcaster. So definitely I know this is gonna work.
So when you found where you were reaching at,
Not
so
exactly.
This is your
Not
place.
Not exactly. No, I have a lot of places. But what I can say is like it's like a puzzle. I find the other piece of the puzzle. Yeah. Well, so I found the other piece of the puzzle, and that piece is podcasting.
Yeah.
If you see me outside, please call me Mr. Young the podcaster. And
Young at the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Hey, but if you don't know, I made a visit. Everyone is a host at this radio station. So I made a visit this day, and then they put me on the spot. They introduced me on radio.
Yeah. I remember.
But I was so nervous.
But I was so nervous.
But the heartbeat.
I know it can be intimidating, man, to speak on the radio. And with all the equipment and all that.
Okay, cool. My brother, let me put you on the spot, bro. It's time for me to interview you. My brother, how was your first radio station?
Yo, it's something that I've always wanted to do. It's actually this guy, the camera guy, behind this camera.
Yes.
Actually recommended my name.
Really?
Next to you, the camera guy. Yeah.
Really?
He's
I
the one.
don't know that.
Okay, he texted me saying, who's working at this radio station, right?
Yeah.
And they need a co-host for a Friday show, which is a music show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And this guy, one could have, because he knows that I'm that person like, who loves presenting and radio and all that, because I've been wanting. But maybe I didn't get the opportunity to be part of a radio station. And then he sent me a message like, hey, there's this opportunity. I was like, yay! I'm inside. So thanks to him, thanks to Lupa, man. Yeah.
Shout out to
Lupa.
And actually, Lupa was the first person to say, okay, how would you do a podcast? And I was like, podcast, I want to do that, bro. Like, what's the name? And then Lupa was like, okay, we can do this. And I was like, oh, we can do this. I would love to, you understand? So, Lupa, no matter what Lupa, like, years or so.
And also, that's something that the people all are now, but the people that just surround themselves.
Yeah, your surroundings.
Your surroundings.
What's the word? Your surrounding creates who you. I can tell who you. I can tell
show
you
your friends.
I'll show you your future.
I'll show you your future. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just to be around about who will, elevate you, help you to succeed, man. Yeah.
I mean, just go to the lab. Can we give somebody to give a word? Okay, yeah, just a sentence of the day, a statement of the day to other people. Like, just to give them drive. Let's try to keep grinding. Just any word to give the people.
Hey, I'm not a motivating person. Hey! Not the motivation, but man, I think
you say that, you look at the camera and you say that. Actually.
I think now. Don't push hard. Zuko SA. Thank you, Zuko SA. Now, man. If you are one by I could push it, don't push hard. Just the master. Now. Just it like I said, it's just fine. An alternative. I think cool. That's another thing that makes it depression. Just accept the situation. Okay, right. If I'm broke, okay, right, they broke. I acknowledge it. Then it's Antoni to get out of this situation you want to be broke. Just find an alternative. Okay, this is a business or a hustle.
I think that I'm on it. It's you might say it you're wrong, you might say it. You understand? Not that I'm broke. I do acknowledge that. What do I do? Start a business. And then we try to find, okay, business is frustrating because I need to find a mentor, I need to do sales, I need to find suppliers, I need to, you understand?
Research about this business.
You understand? So in doing but at the end of the day, I wouldn't say it tastes as much, because like whenever you get something, it won't be enough. You understand? I think the best thing that we can have as people is freedom and time.
Freedom and time.
Because like, trust me, I won't. Even if you can get $1 million, if you own that $1 million, the $1 million won't be enough. You understand? So as people, we always want something, but when you get to the destination of watching that thing, you want to go somewhere else.
That's why about this is like you need to always plan for your future.
Yeah.
Plan everything. Plan for everything. Kahle kahle. Come on. If you do money, plan by okay. Money till budgeting. Come on. Abantu abaninzi, I mean, they don't do it budget. Even myself, I do try to do it, but the consistency, I do try to come in the first month or two, then forms by I go budget it tight. It's about this you just think you might come but yeah, can the budget go come and just do as easy.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you what is success to you? What is success?
Sure, success. Success is when you have achieved what you wanted to achieve. You know, if you think that you have, at least, fulfilled your purpose, in this life, or you are fulfilling your purpose. I mean, we came into this life with purpose. Won't own to purpose. Even while you para or something, at least you do have a purpose to serve. So I think if you now have, in the stage of being, you have fulfilled the purpose or you are living a dream. Living a dream is a success on its own, according to me.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this today. Was it the episode? Was it the episode? Not really.
One.
Introduction.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for supporting us, and thank you for those who's commenting on our videos, and thank you for your love. Thank you guys for everything, and to those who haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so by subscribing to our channel and join the family. And I will thank you, my brother. Today was epic. Today was amazing. Tanuba at the back. You're not beautiful, my brother, but it was a good session. It was phenomenal.
He's
amazing.
Not beautiful, but he's good looking.
Ah man, fuck this guy.
Yeah, John Gay.
Hey, fuck this guy, man.
You can't touch on your guy, at least no.
I can't even look at this guy. I'm not looking at the camera now. I'm looking at this guy.
Alright guys, man, thank you very much. Yeah, this was just an intro. Please man, do follow us, do like our YouTube channel.
And yeah, also Facebook and TikTok also.
Yeah, at the Chat Podcast across all our social media platforms. So okay, let's do this and let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Yes.
We're out.
We out, baby. We out, baby. We out. That was beautiful, man.
Yes.
That was beautiful. We found something. So let's be patient with us.
Let's be patient.
Even when there's a guest, same thing. Let's move. Yeah, let's move.